们一起学猫叫，一起喵喵喵喵喵，在你面前撒个娇，哎呦喵喵喵喵喵，我的心脏砰砰跳，迷恋上你的坏笑，你不说爱我，我就喵喵喵。每天都需要你的拥抱，珍惜在一起的每分每秒，你对我多重要，我想你比我更知道，你就是我的女主角。有时候我懒得像只猫，脾气不好时又张牙舞爪，你总是温柔的，能把我的心融化掉，我想要当你的小猫猫。我们一起学猫叫，一起喵喵喵喵喵，在你面前撒个娇，哎呦喵喵喵喵喵，我的心脏砰砰跳，迷恋上你的坏笑，你不说爱我，我就喵喵喵。我们一起学猫叫，一起喵喵喵喵喵，我要穿你的外套，闻你身上的味道，想要变成你的猫，赖在你怀里睡着，每天都贪恋着你的好。元気が出ない時もわがままになる時も君の優しさに心溶けそうだ、飼いならされたいの、猫のふりしてさあにゃにゃにゃにゃにゃ、お腹もなでてほらにゃにゃにゃにゃにゃ、その笑顔にドキドキするよ、好きと言ってよにゃにゃにゃ、猫のふりしてさあにゃにゃにゃにゃにゃ、君の匂いに溺れちゃいないよ、寝る時だで手はなさないわ、ずっとそばにいさせて、僕はそれまでさあにゃにゃにゃにゃにゃ、お腹もさがっちゃう、あよにゃにゃにゃにゃにゃ、そのまたにゃおや迷恋上你するよ、是不说也得就にゃにゃにゃ、我们都是野猫叫，撒啊喵喵喵喵喵，我要穿你的外套，闻你身上的味道，每天都是你的猫，赖在你怀里睡着，每天都贪恋着你的好。
Welcome back, everyone, for the European Multikey tournament. You are in the quarterfinals match here between Scritshell and cooheri, with Scritshell being seeding 11th on the qualifiers and cooheri being seeded 16th. So this can be quite an interesting match. It might be quite close, and we're already over with one of the warm-ups here. So starting off quite quickly, actually. So far in this 10k warm-up, we see Scritchell destroying the map here. This is probably their warm-ups. So then we have, I suppose, cooheri's warm-up coming in, which is a 7k map by Dressurf, 7-star map, and yeah, I feel big like a house, the big score stream dance map. Or this might be an LN map, we'll see. Yeah, I think both players will sweat just a little bit in this pick. And for both players, and Scritchell already dropping down with a drop here, and dropping in accuracy as well. Then this is really fast, and those 184 BPM brackets really do not favor them. Wanijimaru still comfortably playing the map here overall. Yeah, so far Scritchell is struggling a lot with the map. We did not get to see the whole 10k warm-up we've seen, but it might be the inverse case here, where Scritchell just destroys the cooheri here. Cooheri destroys Scritchell here. And this map is not holding back. As you can see, Scritchell still trying to hold, and this map feels long because it's only 2 minutes, but it does not stop. There's very few breaks in this map, so this is quite stamina heavy, and this is also 184 BPM, so we understand why Scritchell struggles here in this map. And those jacks as well, they can make drop pull. And yeah, this map is firmly in favor for cooheri, though this is warm-ups, so nothing to scoff at for now, as we're going into the drafting phase of this match. And quite funny because both players are rounded numbers of marbles with 1,700 for Scritchell and 2,200 for cooheri over there. And then that's unfortunate for cooheri. They are rolling only 1, and Scritchell rolling 9. Damn, that's quite low boards here on this match, which means that Scritchell will be able to decide to either ban or pick first. And it looks like Scritchell will be picking first, which means that cooheri will get to ban a map. And looking at the qualifiers results and the warm-ups, I think they will be banning the 10k rice map. The 9k rice map also makes sense here. I think this was one of those 2 maps which were going to be banned here. Though, don't forget that both players have 2 bans, so the 10k rice map might also be banned after. But we're gonna be seeing Scritchell's ban, which is gonna be the 7k rice map. So far, not any hidden ban here. So we're gonna get to see cooheri's second ban, which might be the 10k rice map. And yeah, I think those 2 bans for cooheri makes a lot of sense. I think those 2 are really good bans. because as we've seen at the ending of the 10K warm-up here by Scritshell, Quarterfinals was struggling a lot, and this was quite a 10K oriented rice map, so it makes sense that they ban both the 9K rice map and the 10K rice map. As for Scritshell, they do decide to ban the 6K rice map, so there's not any LN map which is banned here, so we might see an LN oriented match here today. And Scritchell will be picking out the 10K LN map, which is Kokoro no Oku. And it looks like Query will be side-treating the map. So the thing with the 10K LN map compared to the 10K rice map is that this map is much slower and much coordination oriented. So they might have a chance, even though we do think that Scritchell does have the advantage on this map. This might not be as safe as we think it might be. Wait, the song is not in the pool. Or is it? I'm not sure. Okay, so far we are yet to see the first map being played out here. Well, it unfortunately looks like we have technical difficulties here in the streamer side, so we hope this can get fixed. And it looks as our streamer is redoing things here. I think that's a lot of picks, but I think it's just trying to fix things. We might be able to get down here. Okay, so are we gonna be able to see the map being played out? Oh, I hear the song again. Okay, so we might be able to get to see the match actually happen. I hear the hit sound, so the map might being played out right as of right now. Okay, and oh, okay, we wait. Oh, and the map is actually over. Okay, so Scritchell is actually taking their first point here. With quite, oh, the scores are actually quite close. The thing is that this map does not have a lot of notes here, but the ratios are actually in favor of Cooheri here, and Scritchell is being able to maintain that 200 count and that miscount, which allows them to take their first points on the 10K LN map. We're gonna get to see Cooheri's pick, which is gonna be the 7K LN map, which is Tsuki by X Neko. And we're getting into the second map of this match. We'll see how it goes. And this time around, we actually get to see the gameplay of the map being played out here. And so far we're still in the intro of the map, but you can see that Scritshell is having just a little bit of a lead here. But this is not quite safe just yet, as they're already finding some drops here. While Corey maintains that combo here. And yeah, Corey already taking the lead here. Unfortunately, dropping out their FC. So we wait for the client to sync up halfway through the map here. Okay, just Bencho being kinda nutty today. So we're back here. There's only a quarter of the map left, so we're heading towards the ending of the map, and so far, Corey absolutely joking out Scritchell here with about 85,000 point lead, almost 100 at this point. This is actually quite a tough map pool, as we're seeing. I mean, both players are actually doing quite well considering the difficulty of this map pool. We're seeing Query actually getting a 900k on the map, which is quite clean, which means that this is actually one event, which means that anything is still possible, as we're going to be seeing the 9k LN map. Which is going to be Matt Silver. Dang, these map pools do get really hard. It means that we're only in quarterfinals, and for the 9k LN map, we have already a map with a rating of 5.18. It might be overrated though. We'll see. And so far, both players are actually doing quite well. Quarry getting a drop at the beginning here, which is being traded back by Scritchell. So the lead is not growing as big as expected here. So far, the lead is growing, not particularly fast, but it is growing as Curry does get more and more drops here along the way. We're halfway through the map here, and Scritchell is holding quite a good accuracy here, while Quarry is trying their best to hold their accuracy up, but they are not managing to be able to do it, so I think this might be it unless a really huge accident happens on the side of Scritchell here. As we're seeing so far, there's around 5% of difference between both of the players here. And Scritchell will be taking that one, so we have not any breakpoint whatsoever right now. And now we will be getting to see cooheri's pick, which might be the 6K LN map. Because as we're seeing so far, both players are actually their main key modes, even if they are LN maps. Because the set key mode rice maps are banned. And we're gonna be seeing the 6K rice map as intended, which is gonna be Amethyst Aurora. And there we go in the map. Here it goes for both of the players here. So we have a coming through here. One of the players should be missing here. A bit of inverse here. Then we start to get to see a bit more of the main patterning here. Quarry getting a drop already, allowing Scritchell to get that advantage, but it is being traded back here, which means that Quarry will be able to take a little bit of a lead here, but both players are trading back again, which means that Scritchell actually gets the lead here, having a bit of a better accuracy here. And this is actually much closer than intended here. So those are quite fast inverse patterning here, which allows Quarry to take the lead. And Scritchell is dropping quite a lot there. Okay, both players hitting that trail. Quarry dropping a miss though, because we're almost halfway through the map here. There is only 25k lead here for Quarry. It's not done and safe yet. Anything can happen if a big accident happens for Quarry. The map is 3 minutes long, so it's quite longer than the rest of the map pool here. Oh, unfortunately, Quarry dropping in that break. So they're must reach that 98% mark here. And man, that's those inverses are quite tough here, but cooheri here is managing them much better than Scritshell, and Scritshell is barely maintaining their S rank so far. And that lead is growing bigger and bigger as cooheri gets a much bigger advantage, or about 70k lead for cooheri so far. We're almost at the ending of the map here, which means that unless cooheri just releases their keyboard, that will be a point for them. And there is both players having 2 points here so far, and both players also having similar ratios. A bit of an advantage here for cooheri, though that lead rarely plays, especially for the 200 side here. Cooheri having much less 200 than Scritshell here, and the miscount also plays a role. Like Scritshell having like 2.5 times the miscount of cooheri really plays a role here in the map. Though we're gonna be seeing Scritchell's pick, which is gonna be the 8 Helen map here. And the thing is that here now we might be seeing our first breakpoint here, because so far both players just take their respective picks. Means that as there are less and less maps to pick from, both players have to pick riskier picks. And this 8k pick is clearly an example of that, because the thing is that thanks to their 10k and 9k skill, Scritchell will be able to play the scratch here. The thing is that this map will be quite a 7k oriented map with the scratch. I mean, there is still the scratch. Things that I think that probably might play better the 7 keys of this map, but Scritchell might play better the scratch. And okay, what skin is being played on Scritchell's playfield right now? This is quite goofy. But so far they're still, I think the map cooheri is, oh, they're not playing the scratch here? Are they not playing the scratch? Yeah, I think they're just ignoring the scratch. The thing is that by doing so, I think they're getting a bullet in their feet. And so far in this map, we have the lowest accuracies in this match so far. And Scritchell is being able to play this quite comfortably, being able to maintain their combo much more. Never mind, but they're still maintaining quite well their combo and their accuracy compared to cooheri here. And this map being also 3 minutes is quite long, so I mean, the thing is that with this map being very hard for both of the players, there is less of a consistency aspect and much more of a pure raw skill aspect here. And so far, Scritchell is handling that side better here, as they are holding more combo and missing less often than cooheri here so far. That could be the ending of the map here, but We have still a bit less of a quarter of the map left. The thing is that Scritchell has quite a huge lead. 60,000 points, especially in the map this long. This is really quite a big lead here. And finally, we have our co-caster here, Wanijimaru. Hello, my friend. How are you doing?
Hello. Good. Somehow alive.
Still alive. Let's go. Yeah, so far, we're seeing Scritchell versus Query. Both players are playing their maps. So far, we have not seen any breakpoints in this match. So Scritchell playing the hierarchy mods map, the 8K, 9K, and 10K maps, and Query picking out the 7K and 6K maps so far. So here's the state of the match so far.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. Usually, when scores are very close, it's mostly because there's people that are more prominent with the lower key numbers, and then others being better at higher key numbers. And usually, it tends to get very close up to tiebreaker even.
Absolutely. Though so far, we have seen not so close picks as both players have been performing exceptionally well in their respective main key modes here. We might see a different story here in 4K, in 5K. We've not seen them so far, and we're actually going to be seeing the 5K LN map here.
Alright. Also some classic here with Xi as the artist as well.
Absolutely. But the Exire, quite a known song from them. And the thing with this map is that this is actually the first quite low key mode we get to see in this match. So the thing is that I think this might go to Curry, but I don't think this is safe whatsoever. I do think Scritchell have their chance in this map to maybe get their first breakpoint here.
Yeah, there's a chance, depending on how well he will do with the LNs, I suppose.
Yeah, the thing is that I think both players are quite good at players as well, as the maps being banned are all rice maps.
Yeah,
Which
getting
means
2
that-
misses already on the side of Scritchell with a 5,000, 6,000 points cap so far.
Absolutely, with Query being able to maintain that full combo so far in the beginning of the map.
Yeah, that's pretty good already to hold a full combo. But it's
Never
going to be
mind.
important to notice that the accuracies are getting very close. Scritchell holds much better than 98%, and Cooheri gets more accuracy drop. And it's especially bad because there's like a chance that Cooheri is going to lose this one due to the accuracy drops, but Scritchell is so far missing more.
Absolutely, there has been also a little bit of an accuracy drop. Oh, both players not hitting that LN tree.
First time switching it to Scritchell, and we could see Cooheri has a hard time with the short lands. Some of the presses were like released quite late, thus because of the delay, it's less accuracy.
Absolutely, we've seen so far Query drop more accuracy, and so far their accuracy is actually lower than Scritchell, though we have trading misses here, which makes the league.
Scritchell is still holding well despite some of the misses.
Those misses.
Okay, no, this time Cooheri holding very well the following patterns.
So getting a drop here. We're heading towards the ending of the map here, and Scritchell is dropping more.
That seals it. Cooheri is going to be taking this point.
Though the ending here is quite hard, and I think that it is not done yet. Okay, it is done now.
True. There were actually a lot of patterns remaining until the end of the map, but I was thinking, since you maintain the consistency through the whole map and seeing how the two players are playing, I was pretty much expecting that Cooheri is not really going to drop these notes. And he has been holding pretty well. Like, he didn't have a lot of misses compared to the misses from Scritchell, shall I say? Or at least
Yeah.
combo being drop.
I mean, I think some of the bads here by Scritchell are actually also slide break. So I think Quarry has been maintaining their combo better than Scritchell, even though it does not look like it.
That's fair. By the way, I just have to make sure of one thing. Did the Twitch chat mention something? I hope not. So I'm going to be the police for a little bit. You'll understand later if you remember the accuracies. That's why I say that.
I mean, we'll see later, but so far we're getting into the first rice map of the match here.
Oh wait,
which is gonna be
first
the
rice?
8th. Yeah, first rice of the match, which is gonna be the 8K rice map here, being picked by Scritchell.
Honestly surprising because a lot of the Mania players are usually more prominent with Rice, so most of the time we see them picking Rice over Ellen. So after 6 picks to finally see something different from Ellen, this is an interesting thing.
Absolutely. And especially an 8K rice map here.
Alright, the 9-key one. So this shall be quite the advantage. Oh, sorry, 8K. So this will be an advantage for Scritchell here, considering the number of keys. Already getting into the stress. And what's going to be interesting is Kohiri is playing with Mirror.
Absolutely. So, a right scratch player here. So we've seen in the 8K LN map that Curry triggers quite a lot with the scratches here, which might be the difference between both of the players here. Scritchell being able
both
to
of them
handle
trading the miss here. Another trade.
which is not traded back by Scritchell this time around. And Scritchell actually holding quite well with a drop here, but that's only one. But Corey's dropping much more. Like, just look at the Corey's scratch key. They are not managing to be able to hit them quite well.
They also don't seem to press it like they want to be making the other presses secure. It also depends as well with what finger you're using to press the scratch key, because it's either the pinky finger or the... I forgot the name of the finger. I just have it in French.
Then the finger just before the pinky, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because they use both thumbs, I suppose.
Oh, okay. So far, a lot of trading misses, but Scritchell holding much better, definitively.
Absolutely. Scritchell being able to hold on to that S rank here, not anymore, but still quite well compared to Koreri at least.
Right, last quarter of the map. 40... Oof, we're getting into the 50,000 points difference. And I think at this stage, that's going to be a point for Scritchell, definitively.
Absolutely, I don't think there's enough time left for Query to be able to catch up. And oh, what is this jack? Damn. I was not ready for this. Damn. And Scritchell will be taking their point, which is which makes them in a match point situation already. So we see that Korea is having actually the better ratio there. And actually the better accuracy, it mainly comes down to those misses. So the thing is that I think this mainly comes to the fact that they can't really play well the scratches. if Corey were able to play the scratches here, I think that would have been the win for them.
Alright, there's
Oh, and
still one LN map, which is the 4K LN.
absolutely, so we're
No,
gonna be
he goes for
seeing
the
5K
Rice
Rice.
5K. Okay.
This is quite interesting. The thing is
So
that
both
I think
players not wanting to play 4K maps. Which is honestly understandable considering that at this stage of the tournament, 4K maps start to be more and more dense.
absolutely the 4K maps and the maps overall in the map pools that start to get more and more physically demanding. So that's understandable that they both do not want to pick the key mode, which understandably is the most physically demanding. And also, fun fact about the roles, both players have worked respectively 9 and 1. So just telling you that. So we have been seeing a 1 role here in this match.
No, this is going to be a nice, interesting peak considering the music as well. That I wonder how the map is looking like. There's definitively going to be some tricky patterns, considering that this is a Silent Room song as well. I know we can already start seeing it in the map. There's like quite some trails here.
Absolutely looking already Silent Room as the artist here. I feel like this is going to be quite a technical map here, as we're seeing so far already with some of the grays here.
No, we're still close to tiebreaker, so it all depends on Cooheri if he manages to win his own pick. So far, very close. Only 1,000 points of difference, but first miss and second miss from Cooheri. This is not looking good now.
Absolutely.
Scritshell is
And
holding onto the combo.
onto the full combo here, absolutely. And we've actually seen in the 5K and map Scritchell winning the map actually, which was a breakpoint. So maybe there will be able to take that point as well.
Wait.
I mean, so far it's looking great for them.
Wait, there's something interesting to... Oh, man. I was about to say... Oh, wait, a trade. Okay, no, we're talking back again. Another trade. Accuracy-wise, Cooheri has an advantage, and we're close to half of the map, so there's still a chance for Cooheri to be taking the lead once more.
Absolutely.
Considering the Scritchell has often accuracy drops in some of the trails, some of the jacks.
Absolutely, I've been noticing in one section of the map that Scritchell has been hitting quite late actually, which allowed them to lose quite some accuracy, and I think that's what made their drop actually.
This is still close, but it's gonna depend on the misses from Scritchell. So either he manages to hold, or it's gonna be done for.
I mean,
so far it's like pretty equal. Wait, a miss. Oh, second miss. We're getting back onto Cooheri. Last quarter of the map, another miss.
Damn, Query is still holding quite well. There is only a quarter of the map left. They might be able to keep their combo until the ending of the map here.
Right,
never mind.
Here, but this is still fine. The accuracy here really matters. We're talking about 98% versus 97% from Scritchell. And the difference just keeps increasing this time. There's much more chord jacks on this specific drops, and the same can be said about the trails. And I think difference has been sealed. Cooheri is going to be taking the point, and we're going to be on to tiebreaker.
Yeah, tiebreaker hype here. Scritchell not being able to hold to that ending well compared to Query there.
Yes, indeed. All right, tiebreaker hype.
Tiebreaker hype.
This kind of intonation.
I mean, it is still quite hype, so tiebreaker hype. But yeah, now what is the this is the question. are we going to be seeing the 4K Rice map or the 4K LN map? That's the question.
That's true. That's true. I'm not sure. Like, okay, considering the way this Rice map played, I didn't even have a time to make an analysis. So I fucking hate you, Scritchell. I'm gonna insultarte a ti, cabrón que eres, Scritchell. No, jokes aside, what I wanted to say is perhaps he could go for the LN, considering that both players are LN players, and that could be an interesting thing to see in the 4K. But now he decided to pick Rice, and I do suppose maybe it's because of the density within the 4K LN map.
I mean, the thing is that both Rice picks that we've seen so far, which are the 8K and the 5K Rice maps, are both to the side of Scritchell here. So maybe Scritchell have a little bit of an advantage on the Rice department compared to cooheri here, which is maybe why they decide to pick this map.
Yeah, this is actually also close. Like the kind of skill they have on the lower Rice seem pretty close between each other. But let's see how well they're going to do.
Oh, never mind. The 5K Rice map were actually won by cooheri here. So no, so this might not be the case. But I mean, when
It will still be close, yeah. Alright, first mid. Ooh. Those were big misses. Oh, okay. Is there going to be an abort? I think there's going to be an abort.
I hope so. We should be seeing an abort here.
I think there's going to be an abort, a keyboard issue, definitively. I don't think it's going to be that bad for Scritchell either, considering the drops he got. But are we going to see?
And Scritchell messing around. Things that as time passes, okay, yeah. there's an abort.
It is technically over the time limit, but it's tiebreaker. Though I am pretty sure, considering the player, that he got it before the 30-second rule. So should be valid either way.
I mean, again, when time is up, it comes down to the referee here. So this is quite nice from them, especially for a tiebreaker. So quite fair.
Totally right. Especially that they also have the timer near them, so they're the ones making the call, of course.
The thing is that we've seen that this map is more mini-jack oriented in some parts, so, and we've seen that also that cooheri in that map miss. So I mean, this might have been the keyboard issue there, but this might also just been them. So now we'll just have to wait and see what happens next.
Yep. All right, hopefully no more issues from the two players. Also, I forgot to say that I've seen the little chat between the two players, and cooheri saying Discord F him up. And that's why, ladies and gentlemen, do not have Discord open when you're playing an awesome match. If you want to have a Discord, get it on the phone. That's a better alternative to avoid having any issue from the programs or whatever. And let's just jump in back to the 4K map.
Absolutely.
All right, thank you very much, client. Following my words, you see, me and the client were friends. All right, first miss from Scritchell, though, not cooheri this time. And the accuracy is actually on the side of cooheri so far. Alright, a late miss, but also some good accuracy drops. So both of them having similar accuracies right now.
Absolutely, and the lead is actually going back to Scritchell. And the accuracies are kind of neck and neck.
Ooh, good trade, okay. A very good miss from cooheri. That was a slight one, but okay, another trade.
Good miss, if we should say a miss is good.
Oh, I mean, what I meant is that some of the misses, it's hard to get back onto a good accuracy. So one of the misses he got didn't made cooheri lose a lot of accuracy. But right now, He's getting too much accuracy drop and misses, and this is not looking good. 30,000 points of difference. We're close to half of the map.
Yeah, those misses are quite dirty there from cooheri, which allows Scritchell to build up a much bigger lead here, as we're seeing so far halfway through the map.
Yeah, lots of pretty dense chord jacks, interestingly placed as well in comparison to the song. Quite a trigger map for sure when it comes to execution. So it's understandable seeing the two players having both 95 and 93% of accuracy, especially that I do believe they are 7k main players.
I mean, Scritchell is more of a 9k, 10k player, but they're also quite able to play 7 and 6k as well. While on the side of Korea, they're more of a 7k and 6k player. And on the 4k and 5k, they're kind of on the same page here, even though, I mean, that really depends.
Now we're in the last quarter of the map, and I still see a bigger lead, 50,000 points of difference. I'm
Absolutely.
quite scared that this is going to actually be the end, Scritchell taking the point. It's gonna be hard also listening to the music as to where there's going to be notes that he could miss constantly. But I don't think it's gonna happen, because also cooheri gets the misses on some of the sections.
Absolutely, cooheri being not quite able to hit those patterns properly. Oh, that might be a stamina issue there. I think they're getting tired here.
That is true. Stamina definitively shows up at the last moments of a match as well, and it can be detrimental for the rest of the match. So 5-4 nonetheless. Very close match between the two players.
Absolutely, GG well played to both players here. Unfortunately, since this is a loser's bracket match, I think we're gonna have to say goodbye to cooheri there. Which means that Scritchell will be moving on to the losers quarterfinals too. And that will be against either Draven, Xtarik, or Keiko. So definitely look out for that. And for the next match, this is actually going to be Vigatron versus Akayor, and this is actually going to be tomorrow. So definitely tune for that as well.
Alright, is there any other match for today? Actually,
I don't think there is. The next one is actually tomorrow.
Just in case. Yeah, I think we have no match today anymore. No more matches. So rest of the matches, as poketoine said, it's going to be tomorrow. First match, which is going to be at 11 UTC, match from losers brackets. Vigatron versus Akairo. And then other matches which are going to be at 12 UTC and 13 UTC respectively. Other matches from the loser brackets. And I think we can stop here.
Yeah, absolutely. So definitely tune in for those matches. And with all that said, we will catch you guys later.
Alright, have a good one. Have a good day, guys.